I am your host, Joseph Kamata. Today, we take a look at some immigration services offered by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security. So joining me today in studio is Mr. Kenneth Ntema, the Deputy Director as well as Regional Head for Immigration and Border Control for Kavango East, Kavango West and Ochozonjupa region. Mr. Ntema, good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kamati.
We are very pleased to have you today.
Thank you so much.
So before we begin, I would just like us to speak about the ministry itself. It's the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security. It's a combination of almost three things. But today we want to focus mostly on immigration. So perhaps in just a nutshell or in short, what is immigration? What does immigration entail from the ministry's perspective?
Thank you very much for the question. The ministry, the immigration in itself is a departmental function which is responsible for ensuring to it that the entry of persons into the country and also their departure from the country, and those who are entering the country in terms of coming to reside in the country for whatever reason is also controlled or regulated. We also give a provision for ensuring to it that those people who are undesirable in the country are also being removed, facilitated to be removed from the country. However, I'll have to indicate that the ministry in the cluster in itself, which I'm heading, comprises of three political regions. That is now Kavango East, Kavango West, as well as Ochozonjupa.
Yeah, maybe just you've spoken of people moving in and out of the country. When it comes to inside the country, like from region to region, what is perhaps the procedure there? Is there also something that you do at the border? If I want to go reside in Ochozonjupa, perhaps from Kavango East, or in the country we are very free to move around?
Yeah, you'll be free to move around in the country unless one thing that you have to know is when you enter the country, you will have to be cleared at the border post by the immigration officials. So that means that you will have to present all the necessary documentation, in particular your travel documents. That is now your passport, which is valid, or any other travel document that may be allowed or acceptable in the country. So the officials will advise you appropriately. I have to also add on to say, like in the cluster in itself, because we do border Angola and Botswana. I'm talking now in terms of the cluster region where which I'm managing. Yes. We also use border passes as well. But border passes it's only for between us, Namibia, and Angola. When we go to Botswana, we do have an arrangement with regard to the use of ID cards. So you will be allowed, in actual fact, to reside wherever you would want to reside. But we normally ask as to where will you be residing upon entry. The reason being the fact that if there will be anything that will have to do with you being needed by the officials, by the authorities, we should be able to know exactly as to where you'll be residing, or otherwise you'll be free to visit around.
Yeah. So, just on that note, perhaps speaking of immigration services, currently within that department, what are some of the services that you are offering?
Within the department, perhaps I should start with regard to the border posts.
Yeah.
We do clear persons who would want to enter the country. Equally so, we do also clear those who are departing the country, going to other countries. So that is one service that we provide at the border post. But at all our regional offices, we do also issue, travel documents. That is now in the likes of the passport, emergency travel certificates. We do also offer visas and permits. However, at the regional level, we still facilitate, the application forms for those who are requiring some certain kinds of visas, like, for example, work visa or employment permits, even passport applications. We facilitate that entire process, by completing the forms first and foremost on the regional level, and then we send it through to our headquarters in Windhoek for further facilitation, for further the production, of the actual documents that are required. Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned a few sServices that you offer, for example, the work permits,
Yeah.
the visas, and the passports. What are perhaps?
I should also add on, like at Mohembo border post within Kavango East, we also issue visa on arrival. That is one of the service, that we have recently introduced. It also helps, with those who are applying for visas.
Yes.
When they find themselves at the border post, it's easier for them, which is much more of an added value in the services of immigration.
Yeah, just speaking on the visa, the work permits, and the passports.
Yeah.
What are perhaps the required documents or the requirements that one needs to have in order for them to apply, let's say, for a visa or a passport?
Each and every service, it will have a specific kind of a procedure or a requirement, let's say. However, what we will always be interested in, is or the most basic requirements, could be the form itself that you will have to complete. It doesn't matter as to what service you would require. Secondly, you also have to ensure that you have got your identification card, as well as your birth certificate. In some instances, require marriage certificate as well. Just for those, especially those who have changed their surnames, like in terms of marriages and etc. So those are the basic requirements.
Yeah. Any fees? Let's perhaps a passport. Any fees that may be required?
Yeah, the passport. I think the passport is $400. But for replacement, you will be just in case maybe the passport got lost or stolen and all that, so you will have to replace it. So you are charged double in actual fact. It will amount to $800. Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned identification document. Many times when within the country at borders, citizens may be required to present identification. Is it perhaps a requirement for citizens to always keep the identification with them, especially when they are traveling?
We will always encourage that you keep your personal document, like the ID, for the purpose of identification, because we will also, from the immigration's point of view, say for example, if you are being stopped, you should be able to identify yourself correctly and appropriately, so that we know exactly as to who is the person that we are dealing with at that particular point in time.
Yeah, also this one interesting thing that you just mentioned, where you introduced visa on arrival at Mohembo border post. Are there perhaps any initiatives for you to reach rural communities with regards to the services that you offer?
Rural communities, meaning
like villages,
like for us to go there and
maybe to go there and offer the services, or how do you assist people from rural areas?
No, we always encourage them, to come to our facilities, whether it is at the border post or at our regional offices, for all those. Most of our services are being issued or being provided for, at the border posts and at our offices.
No, we've touched on quite a few of things that we wanted to talk about. Perhaps currently, what is the service that you find that it's mostly in demand, especially with the regions that you are heading?
Passport applications has grown.
Yeah.
We also realized that the other item that I did not mention earlier is on marriage between Namibians and foreign nationals.
Yeah.
Because we do carry out the interviewing of the couples. That one had also increased. So passport applications. Yeah,
so people are moving. We are marrying each other from different countries.
Yeah,
that's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So during the services that you offer, are there perhaps any challenges that you are facing?
With regard to the services, I think not much of challenges. Some challenges are just internal. However, I have to emphasize on the fact that sometimes our clients tends to come to approach our offices without all the necessary requirements, documents, like for example those items that I just mentioned now, like ID, birth certificate, marriage certificates, or sometimes even the declaration forms. But the declaration statements, just in terms of maybe they want to change some details, on the forms. I mean, on whatever they have applied for. Say, for example, if it was a passport, those changes, sometimes. But we do advise them appropriately by ensuring to it that they do bring the necessary documents, because even at our reception we tend to put all the requirements of each and every service that we provide, so that they are fully aware. But sometimes they will not be able to read, but we encourage that they do follow those kind of steps.
Well, if you are just joining us, you are watching a Government Information Center coming to you from the Ministry of Information and Communication Technology, Kavango East Regional Office. And today we are unpacking immigration services that are offered by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security. Mr. Ntema, maybe just moving on, you mentioned quite a few services that you offer. For example, let's touch on the visas and the passports. Are there any cases where someone will be denied the chance of getting a passport or a visa, and perhaps what are the reasons for someone to be denied?
Yeah, look, these are national documents, and we wouldn't want to have the national documents, landing in the wrong hands. So strictly speaking, we have to control the issuance of such documents, because if you don't do that, then you are putting the country at risk. So that's why there are requirements. We will not be in a position or in the right space, legally speaking, to be able to issue these particular documents, without ensuring to it that they are issued to the right people. So that's why, you need to identify yourself correctly, so that, such a service, is given to you. So that is one measure. Yeah.
Okay. With regards to maybe expiry, this especially the visa or the work permit and the passport. Let's say the work permit has expired. What is the procedure there?
We tend to advise our clients that each time when they have to monitor the duration of whatever document that they are having, that they are carrying, so that they do the right thing at the right moment. Because in the event that they would want to do the reapplication or renewals, they should be able to do it in advance, so that by the time when the current visa or permit expires, they are still lawful in the country. Yeah,
maybe just I would like us to touch a bit on one interesting topic that you mentioned about the marriage between let's say a Namibian is marrying somebody from another country. That process of the interviews that you conduct, how does your office conduct the interviews?
Yeah, we would want to know, first and foremost, we collect both the intending couple, their details, like for example, their families, where they come from. We also carry out, because they all have to provide us, with a sworn statement that they are nationals of this particular country, and they know each other. Say the Namibians also, they are required, to do the same. We also verify, like for a foreign national, not much on a Namibian who is marrying a foreign national. We would want to also to verify there should be a declaration from that particular country to indicate that this person is not legally married on the other side. We also look at we would want also to make sure that these people, they are not also wanted in that particular country. They are, because they might be coming here running away from some certain law enforcement agencies. We make sure that those things are minimized before we can make our declaration also, indicating or reflecting that they may proceed with that particular intention of getting married, or we don't see positivity in going ahead with that particular marriage. But we will make our intentions, our evaluation very clear on the form which we normally administer.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one, and I think we've touched quite on a few things that you offer in the office. Are there perhaps any additional information that you would like to share with the public?
Yeah, first and foremost, thank you for the question, for the comments that you've just made. Well, what I can indicate is, Home Affairs, we are here to serve you, and all our offices are occupied by professionals, and be it at the border post within the cluster or within our own, the inland regional offices, you will be able to be served by those professionals. I would want to indicate, in addition, to say, please, let's try by all means to comply with whatever the officials are asking you to do, because it will also help us, to be able to facilitate your request with ease and on good time. We also would want to encourage all nationals, even non-nationals, when they spot undesirable persons in the country, they should be able to report to us so that, we administratively deal with them so that, they should be able to answer, with regard to whatever has happened. It's also because immigration is also a law enforcement arm within the department. So we encourage, the report of that particular nature, because we don't want people who comes in the country, with ill intentions.
Yeah.
We want, we're a peaceful country anyway. So we need the continuation of peace, across the country. Because by doing that, you also protect, you're not only protecting the nationals, you're also protecting the other visitors who are busy enjoying, our hospitality.
Just before we close, maybe you've mentioned undesirable people. Yeah, what do you mean maybe by undesirable?
Undesirable persons, are those people whom you will find in the country that are not authorized to be in the country. Like, for example, they might have entered the country, illegally, without being cleared by the officials. Yeah, that is a typical example. You also find a group of them, a group of those undesirable individuals who come in the country lawfully. They are carrying their passports or travel documents, and they have met all the requirements. But unfortunately, they will come and commit a crime in the country. All those are people who are undesirable. So by virtue of the fact that you're a foreign national, in addition to your question, by virtue of that, it becomes an immigration issue. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, with that, we have come to the end of today's edition of the Government Information Center, coming to you from the Ministry of Information and Communication Technology from Kavango East Regional Office. I am your host, Joseph Kamata. So, Mr. Ntema, thank you so much for joining us today.
Much appreciation.
So, for me, us in the studio and the entire team, it's goodbye until next time.
Thank you.